Okay, so for lack of an intro song that we don't have...
Wait, have we started?
No, wait. For lack of an intro song that we don't have, this is our intro music. Okay, welcome to episode 1 of the Engine Failure.
Is that really going to be how we start
We don't have
the very first podcast?
So welcome to the Engine Failure. This is the podcast featuring me and Nick. We're here to give you life advice on... life advice from me and Nick.
That's a recipe for a disaster.
You own a GTR, right? So that...
I do.
He's quite successful. That makes it...
I can possibly help people with things.
He can give some life advice. We don't know if that's useful life advice.
Have we started?
Is it pertinent? Yeah, we have, actually. So, I guess we should explain what the engine failure is.
So, welcome to the Engine Failure. The Engine Failure is a project that Raymond and I are currently working on. Basically, long story short of what it is, you know how Raymond and I do these challenges every Saturday in video games? Well, we were like, those are cool, but what if we did them in real life with a little bit more creative freedom? That's essentially what we're going to be doing. Stay tuned for more details on that. Raymond's done some work behind the scenes, and
yeah, Nick's too busy making money. But no, seriously, no. Anyways, the idea behind the engine failure is we wanted to push the boundary, try some new thing, and while we were at it, we're like, let's make a podcast, and then we'll throw in some behind the scenes video here or there, so you guys can realize that we're actually idiots.
So yeah, we should probably explain. People are going to be listening to this in different places. Some people might be watching the video version of this, which will be posted
on the Engine Failure YouTube channel.
On the YouTube channel, yeah. I'm going to have like a 5 to 10 minute highlight on my YouTube channel. There's also going to be available on some platforms. I don't want to list any just yet because I don't want to say one that's
links
not
are in the
a thing.
description down below.
Yeah, exactly. So if people want to listen to it on their phone or in the car or wherever, they can do so.
While taking care of yourself, you know.
Please don't. You think that's ever happened, though?
Oh, 100%.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Someone's been watching you and been like,
No. Okay, so here's my... Okay.
Are you serious? Time to dick? How many minutes is that? I think that's like 2 minutes, Raymond. 2 minutes into the very first podcast.
Okay,
we start talking about dick.
Okay, no, but... Okay, moving away from what you were saying, which was actually relevant information, I have a theory, right? Let's say a guy's taking care of himself, right?
Sure.
And he just happens because he's browsing for a video that he wants to see. Mm-hmm. In the meantime, he has you open the side tab listening to your video.
No one does that.
Oh, yeah, people do that.
No.
Oh, yeah, people
write to us if you do that.
Yeah, write to us in the comments.
Post it publicly on Twitter. Actually, something else we should say. So this is our podcast set, which looks very cool.
Set.
It has a Canadian flag, a Nürburgring flag.
With soundproofing that falls.
A poster that you can't see what it is. They're not a sponsor,
it's a
don't worry.
It's a Galaxy 2 poster.
Oh, we've also got sponsors, so we're very official. We'll get into those a little bit later.
Yes.
But we've got a lot of like blank space here. So we don't know exactly how we want to fill up the blank space. Probably with other posters.
The idea is to fill up the wall with a bunch of stuff.
Or tape, like is on the corner there. If you're only watching the video version, there's a piece of tape on the wall behind Raymond. Because Raymond...
Yeah, I didn't know sticky tape peeled the wall off, okay?
Okay, so the Canadian flag was off to the left of Raymond a little bit more. He wanted to move it so it was in frame because today's Canada Day, in case you didn't know that when we're recording, it's July 1st. That's right, we come before America. Anyways, Raymond wanted to move the flag off to the side.
After, but that's beside the point.
Shh, don't tell them it was like 100 years later.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
So Raymond wanted to move the flag over, and he did that by ripping the flag off the wall, and doing so, rip the tape off. Or rip the paint off the wall.
I've never heard of sticky tape ripping paint off walls. It's like when you put something up with sticky tape, you put it with the idea that it's not permanent and you can take it off without damaging the wall behind it.
Well, usually every time I use sticky tape to hang up a poster, the poster ends up falling off.
Sticky tape.
Well, it's all the same. It always falls off.
The gummy stuff.
Oh, I bumped my microphone. Sorry.
For all of you guys that wanted some up-and-close action with Nick, you finally got it.
Anyway, so we don't really have a plan for what we're going to do with this podcast. We're going to try to do it every week. Every Sunday, we're going to try to post a new episode. We're going to talk about everything and anything from video games to shows to
life advice.
We're going to set up like a whole Q&A thing. Some people submitted questions on Twitter a little while ago.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Also, on the other side of things, on Wednesdays, if there is a behind-the-scenes video, that's when you can find it.
That will be on YouTube.
This Wednesday, we're actually going to do like behind-the-scenes of me and Nick trying to lay in a carpet.
Yeah, when we were setting up this entire room, there was essentially nothing in here.
Yeah.
So we had to set up the carpet, posters, Raymond's desk.
Some stuff, yeah.
Anyways, as you can imagine, we are not the most handy of people, so it didn't go extremely well.
We had to
which was
redo the
fun.
carpet
Yeah.
because we put the undercarpet the wrong way up.
Yeah, you had to redo the entire thing after I left.
Yeah,
But
it's-
I don't do manual labor, which I've decided now.
You know, you sound like Clarkson.
No, it's true. Every time I've done it, something's gone wrong, so I just don't do it anymore.
I mean, like, good for you. You have a GTR. Who needs manual labor?
Which is
anyway?
much louder now.
You know what? You will have to do manual labor one day
For what?
to hustle the buckets over to your GTR when it catches fire.
So Raymond has an obsession with my GTR catching on fire for some reason.
Well, Nick is getting flamethrower exhaust. What do you
Well,
expect?
people don't know that. Okay, well, they know that now if they're listening to the podcast. But
Spoilers.
essentially, on Thursday, I think it was, I posted the video of me getting my Army Tricks exhaust put on the car, which was really cool. Car sounds a million times better, as I think you can agree.
Yes, it does. Well, before you couldn't really hear it. It was,
But yeah,
it was, subtle.
like really muffled, really, really quiet. Anyways, now it's much better.
And now we drove by Marco's workplace and he wrote to us in a group chat, Nick, was that you?
So essentially, the exhaust works, is what you need to know.
Yes, exactly.
Anyways, that was part one of the exhaust. Part two will be me putting on, the shop putting on downpipes, because putting on downpipes on a GTR is very difficult. We're going to get a tune installed, and then it will shoot flames, which will be very cool. So yeah.
Can we try and barbecue stuff from it?
I have an idea. So one of our friends, I don't know if we should say his name, but they smoke, right? You know the friend I'm talking about? They smoke.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I really want to light our friend's cigarette with my exhaust. I'm just saying it's a very bad influence, but I feel like would be very fun.
So we know our friend's not going to watch this, so I'm going to add on top of that, because I've been trying to get him to quit smoking for a while. Can I just come up behind him with a fire extinguisher?
Maybe you should. Maybe we should light it, and then as soon as it goes on, hit him with a fire extinguisher. Just bang the entire thing.
Okay, we're good.
That would be a really good video. This is us planning a video.
This is good. High five.
High five.
This is, if you wonder what goes on behind the scenes, we're just colossal idiots.
This is essentially how it is.
It is very dumb.
Speaking of colossal idiots, actually.
It's cool. What do you mean, speaking of...
When Raymond and I drove past this friend's work.
Well, now you already... Okay, so when we drove by Marco's work...
we saw a car.
Earlier we drove by his place.
Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yes, we saw... Oh, yes.
We saw a car with a lack of an exhaust, to say the least.
No, it had an exhaust. It was very visible.
Okay, yeah, it was very visible. It had an exhaust.
It was trailing the entirety of the exhaust shaft behind the car. So it was like 2 car lengths of a car, because you had the car and then you just had the entire...
Somehow, the exhaust flipped around and was facing the wrong way.
Because the muffler was at the end, so I think it disconnected and dragged itself out and was just hanging on by a thread.
No, it completely spun. The muffler did a complete 360. So basically, like, where the downpipes would be on a normal car, those had spun all the way around and were hanging maybe 2 meters behind the car.
Let me create a picture for you, right? So I'm sitting in the car, doing my messages. Nick is filling up his GTR with 94 octane.
As you do.
Exactly, right? It's nothing less. And Nick's just like, Raymond, look to your left. And me being me, I'm like, oh, Nick is calling out a car. It must be really
cool. I was
cool.
calling out a car.
No, I know you, but like whenever Nick calls out a car, I'm like, oh, it must be a really cool car. I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. Oh, where's the NSX? Where's the R8?
Where's the McLaren?
Where's the F-Type? And it's like all I hear is I start hearing ring, 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 ring. I'm like, wait, what?
Scratching.
I'm like, I start seeing the car. I'm like, what? Is his engine falling apart? And then he drives by and I see the back, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I've never seen an exhaust so far off a car, because either an exhaust falls off a car and's on the road, or is just dangling a bit, right?
Yep.
I've never seen an exhaust being dragged 2 meters behind the car.
It was entertaining. Actually, there was that one time when we went to the Paul Walker Memorial Ride. There was a Honda revving, and as it was revving, the exhaust just went ping.
Oh yeah, it just went dunk and just fell off. It was very, very funny. Speaking of breaking cars, Raymond, have you ever broken a car?
Yes. Well, okay.
Okay, what did you break? Did you crash?
The axle.
What?
Yeah.
You broke a car?
The old Jeep. I have bad luck with Jeeps.
Wait. So, explain that you were driving a Jeep.
Yes. Okay. Can I tell the story? It's my story.
I don't know what happened.
Yes, you do. I sent you pictures when it happened. Anyways, once upon a time, I left my driveway in the Jeep. Not the one the one before that one. Its predecessor, still a Patriot, in case you were wondering.
Because Patriots are so good.
Well, as you can tell, we have a good track history with them, right? You crash one and the other one goes in a ditch, right? So as I
crashed?
Well, it was terrible.
Okay, go on.
So as I start driving down the street, I don't have a stop sign.
Yeah.
And there's a woman at the intersection. Old lady. She must be a sweetheart, but probably shouldn't have been driving. Sorry to say.
Wait, how old was this lady?
She was probably in her 70s, 80s.
Okay.
And so start driving. I'm approaching the intersection. I'm like, I steer. And so I'm like, okay, it's my right of way, right? I don't have a stop.
Yep.
And then as I approach the intersection, I see her start to engage. And
She
I'm
just
like,
comes into the intersection.
yeah. And I'm like, okay, so it's either A, I accelerate and possibly not get hit, or B, I try and brake and sideswipe.
And this was in the middle of the winter.
No, this was in some.
Oh.
There was no snow.
There was no snow. Okay, yep.
Right?
Okay.
It was a 50 zone.
Okay.
Right?
Yep. Go on.
So I accelerate.
You try to burn the person.
Yeah. And I try and swerve around. She comes in, hits the back wheel of the car. The wheel. This is the car. The wheel was completely like that.
So you had camber.
Yeah, I had massive camera.
Do you have pictures of this?
Somewhere, yes. They'll be on screen right now if I can find them. If I can't, unfortunate.
That's insane. I never knew you crashed a car. So what happened? You had to get the whole thing repaired.
And if you're listening to this on audio, just check out the Engine Failure Instagram and Twitter. The pictures will be up there.
Hey, there you go. Good plug.
Eh,
So wait, you completely cambered out the car.
yeah,
accidentally.
And so my mom was like, try and drive it home because it was like a block away. I
Yeah.
literally called my mom. I was like, Mom, come outside. And she was like, what happened? Right? You just left the house.
Wait, did you have to exchange information?
Yeah, we did. We did a constable amiable, which is
What?
it's-
English, please?
It's the thing in Quebec where you exchange insurance information with people.
Most people just call it exchanging information, but sure. You use your
Ça
fancy
s'appelle un
words.
constat amiable. Anyways,
What?
it's French.
The Sûreté de Quebec?
That has nothing to do with it.
Okay,
That's
go
the
on.
Police. Anyways, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by the idiot. So my mom comes out, do the exchange, and it's like, okay, let's just try and drive it home, right? No. Right? The damage on the side wasn't that much, but because of how the wheel was bent, the axle was completely gone on the car, which meant it was expensive.
Wait, so you actually got it repaired?
Yeah.
Wow. Under insurance?
Yeah.
Oh. See, I've never crashed a car.
Yeah, but you've been crashed. Yeah, but
What did I crash?
Here's
No,
the
I've never
thing,
crashed.
Nick, I crashed the car, but I really got crashed into when you think
Yeah.
of it.
No, but it still counts. You still had an accident.
Of course.
I
but
had
it's
a
not
funny
fair.
accident. Well, not an accident. This was just a funny thing. So, was this last summer? I think this was last summer.
Yep.
I was driving the R32. I was taking it out for one
Have
of
you
the
driven
5
it yet
drives.
this year?
Yeah.
Like twice?
Yeah. Anyways, I was driving the R32 as a do, and I was like, the R32, it hasn't been around. So I was like, I'm going to take it around, have some fun with it, enjoy all my fancy exhaust, and have some fun.
Okay.
I was leaving the house.
Your
and
fancy
I got
loud exhaust?
my fancy loud exhaust. And the R32 is loud.
It is.
Anyways, I was leaving the house, and literally, as I left, maybe 5 seconds after I left, I hear ding, and I'm like, "What the hell was that?" And I look in my mirror. I don't have a mirror. The physical mirror, like the housing for the mirror, was there. So I just look, and it looks black. So if you played like a video game and you look in your mirror in a video game, and it's just like blurry, that's what it was like.
It just fell off.
My physical mirror, the metal part, fell off and just fell onto the ground.
What is a mirror made? It's not metal.
It's glass.
It's
a mirror's glass.
You mean the glass, not the metal?
Yeah, well, the glass.
The glass fell out of the metal.
The glass fell out of the housing of the mirror and just
Yep.
fell on the ground and went ding. And I look and I'm like, my mirror's gone. So I just do a complete Yui in the middle of the road, stop in the middle of the road, open my door, lean out, pick up my mirror, and just drive home like, well, I guess I'm not going out today.
That's fun.
And I super glued it back.
Since we're talking about terrible, bad habits of cars, okay? Once upon a time, underground parking lot, right? Tends to be low.
Yep.
Yeah, do you know this story?
I think I've heard it, but go on.
I think you're there. I'm not sure. Anyways, I pull up to this area, and I was like, oh, I don't want my ass to stick in, so I'll bring it close. And right in front of me, there was like this ventilation shaft with a little corner sticking out. And I was
I was there.
And I stopped like perfectly, like 1 or 2 centimeters right before it. And then we got out the car. The car raised by 3 centimeters. And the thing is in the hood. And I'm just like, oh, come on. What do you mean?
You parked very well.
It was-
but the
it was-
weight of the people getting out made your car raise.
No, but it was perfect, right?
I think we were like 3 people in the car
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. No, we were 4.
Who else was there?
Oh, actually, no.
I don't remember who was there.
It was you, me, and Jess. We went for supper.
Exactly. 3 people.
Okay, sorry, I miscalculated. Anyways, long story short, doesn't matter if you're a good driver if the people in your car are fat.
What?
Yeah, yeah, because you and Jess are the fattest people ever.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right, so Raymond,
Yes.
it is officially time.
It is officially time for
Our first sponsor.
our first sponsor, which is, by the way, extremely comfy.
Oh, you want that first sponsor?
Oh,
Okay,
that's-
give me a minute. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst... I will talk
Wait, I'm going to
amongst-
pull up the email.
Wait, talk amongst yourselves. Why do you say it in plural?
Talk amongst you.
I will talk amongst me. If you were wondering right now, Nick is in a panic because apparently I referenced the wrong sponsor.
All right, so you might be able to tell the lovely cushions we're currently sitting on. These are bean bags.
And if you're on the audio podcast, just take our word for it.
They're very comfy. One is red, one is pink. They are fantastic. And they were sent to us by a lovely company called Sumo Lounge, who makes some very, very comfortable bean bags, as Raymond found out when he got given this.
Oh, it's the best. It is the best. Nick is currently sitting in one that's meant for two people.
Yeah, this is meant for two people, so I can chill out and stuff. It's awesome.
But he enjoys it.
Anyways, as I do this, I'm gonna show off my great. I'm not even in the frame,
Your feet in my frame.
there you go.
Yo, bro.
So they want you to say,
Oh, your legs are all sweaty.
It's hot. It's summer.
It's not hot
So
in
they said
here.
mention our coupon code. Enjoy summer for 20% off from their website sumolounge.com.
So check out sumolounge.com and use coupon code Enjoy Your Summer because
Enjoy summer. You can't get the
Enjoy Summer. My bad.
Enjoy summer. Sumolounge.com. Thank you to Sumo Lounge for our awesome comfy chairs.
Honestly, like it was this, or we were gonna. The original plan for the seats on this set was not very eloquent, to say the least.
Well, we spent a lot of money on basically everything else, and we were like, well, we spent a lot of money. We don't want to spend any more money.
right?
So Raymond had a good idea.
I was thinking, instead of like having fancy chairs and all that or a couch, why don't we just get Dollarama chairs, but like the tiny ones, and then we can break them all the time.
You know the
whenever we get
chairs you
angry.
have in like kindergarten?
Yeah,
Essentially those.
the ones that are way too small. Like if we were to sit, our knees would be like.
Basically that, yeah. So anyways,
I'm glad things
we're
turned
very
out for the
thankful
better.
for these. I love Raymond's pink one.
Do you want to tell the story behind that?
Well, they basically said, I said to them, we need 2 bean bags. We need them like right away.
Yeah.
And they were like, got you. Here's what we can have to you like in the next week. And they were like, okay. And it was like bright pink and green. So I was like, you know, it'd be fun. Give Raymond a pink chair. So now we have that.
I have.
And we got this awesome red big one.
I have a pink chair now.
So anyways, they're very comfy. Go buy one.
Hashtag pink chair confirmed.
Enjoy summer.
So, actually, I wanted to talk about this because we didn't talk about this at the start, but
Oh, no.
eventually, this is going to be a live stream, maybe. Sometimes.
Oh yeah, if Raymond gets proper internet, then we'll.
No, my internet's proper now.
Oh,
It's consistent.
and a live stream maybe.
I'm
potentially.
hardwired.
Oh,
It's
look,
not
Raymond's
as
moving up
it's
in the
not
world.
as fast as yours, but it'll do the job, right?
No, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, Nick has gigabit internet.
yeah, I do. It's really good. Raymond was like, "Oh, we're gonna play the Crew 2 today. We're gonna record it." I'm like, "Raymond, I haven't downloaded the game yet," and I'm like, "Give me 5 minutes to download it." 25 gigs done. It was awesome. Then I went and grinded money for you.
Yeah, thanks for that, by the way.
No problem. I got you like 30K, 40K.
That's not that much in Crew 2 terms because a Camaro in that game costs 300.
Yeah, the prices in the Crew 2 are a bit. We'll call them weird.
Let's talk about the Crew 2 for a bit because like this is our first thoughts, right? This is not like a formulated review
Actually,
where we filtered everything.
You know what we should talk about that I've just realized? We spoke about it very briefly.
Yes,
It is Canada Day.
it is Canada Day.
You know what's fun about Canada Day?
What is fireworks?
Well, no, but you had fireworks. Hey, actually, you had a story you were going to tell on the podcast. You included it in your video. I cut it out of mine. Do you remember the story I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
The story of how Raymond broke his phone.
So
You told a very brief version in your video. I cut it out of mine, so re-explain.
once upon a time, there was a school bus.
I'm already... Okay, can you describe it like that?
No. Okay. So there was this girl that I like,
Yep.
and me and her were hanging out in my car, and she wanted to give me a hug, right? Which is a totally normal thing to do, right? You give a hug before you say bye, right?
Sure.
My phone was in the cup holder between me and her.
That's a thing, right? Everyone just puts their phone in the cup
phone in
holders.
the cup holder. But, you know, the cup holder ends here and the phone sticks out for a bit, right?
Yeah. Phones are longer than a cup.
When she comes to give me a hug, she sits on the phone, right?
You sure this was a hug?
Yes, it was a hug. Anyways. Well, she wanted to cuddle too, but that's besides the point. Anyways, as I was saying,
Just keep going. Just keep going.
that's rude. Picture a lever, right? The phone was wedged at the bottom, and at the top, you're just applying weight, so it just went.
So you bent your phone.
Yes, I
or
did.
well, she bent your phone.
No, the phone didn't actually bend, but the screen was completely shattered.
Oh, it like glass
Like,
broke.
Yeah, like the phone itself did not bend. The phone
Yep.
was perfectly fine, and I got the screen replaced, which was hefty-ish. But the
Wait,
screen,
did you pay for the phone or did she pay for the phone?
I paid for the phone.
Oh,
The screen was the screen is what broke. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, Nick.
There you go. Well, I hope things work out.
And now we're dating.
I guess things worked out. I didn't know if you were going to say that or not. But there you go. So apparently,
Whether or
if
not
someone
you'll
breaks
meet
your
her
phone,
one day, or not.
you should pay for it.
Yeah.
Then you date them. Oh my god.
Just like now, it's a funny thing. Now, whenever we're in the car together, she always takes my phone and puts it like somewhere else than the cup holder.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, because she felt super bad about it, which is funny though.
It's probably a good idea. So, the Crew 2.
Crew 2. Back to the bread and butter of this talk conversation. Thoughts so far?
It's pretty good. I like it. There's some things that it needs work on, but it's a very fun game.
Here's my main thing. Apart from quality of life adjustments, which there are a lot of.
What do you mean by that?
Quality of life issues with the game. Like, all my issues that I have with the game aren't massive game-breaking issues. A lot of it's just like small stuff where it's like, oh, if you improve this, it would make the game more fun. Quality of life would be better, right?
Yep. Okay.
Those are most of my issues, except for the drifting.
The drifting's hard. It's very satisfying when you get it, but it is hard.
Can I refer to my analogy I did with you earlier?
Sure.
Drifting in the Crew 2 is like driving in Canada in winter, except your front tires are permanently in 20 feet of snow and your rear tires are on black ice all the time. That's what it feels like.
So what you're saying is your front tires have a little bit of grip, but your back tires have none.
Exactly.
So you just slide out. It's weird, but you can definitely get it. Like, you were drifting in your live stream. And
you can
doing
drift. My biggest issue is you can't go point to point. Let's say you want to drive from one drift area to another. The car cannot go straight.
Oh, yeah. It's just
Yeah,
like the car always wants to drift and spin its wheels. It's really annoying.
Yeah, and it's just like, I just want to go here. Like, I understand if it were a bit drifty, like Need for Speed, it's a bit drifty.
Yeah.
But this is like, oh, here, you just wanted to dodge that traffic car? Let's do a 90-degree drift.
I honestly find it, like, I don't know, like, how much work it is to what would it be called? Like, code everything for it? But I feel like what these developers are doing now by adding, like, these car classes is almost sort of like a cop-out of making good physics. Because say like you have a game like Assetto Corsa, right?
Yeah.
You build the physics, and then people build cars to that physics, right? Whereas if you have like a game like Need for Speed or The Crew, you have, like, for example, 5 different physics engines, whether you're in a drift car, a race car, a drag car, right? And they'll all handle very, very differently. It almost feels like there's different handling models, and the classes.
I'm gonna rebuttal to that. And the reason what I'm going to rebuttal, because driving a drag car is impossible, but that's impossible in real life too. But because there are arcade games, I don't expect them to have a set physics engine, right? Because if you use the arcade physics and try and apply it to everything that the Crew 2 or Need for Speed Payback does, it doesn't work. What I also think it is, since we're speaking of cop-outs, is I think it's an easy cop-out of not adding a lot of cars in the game.
What do you mean? Like, being able to put one car in one class and another?
Yeah, because, like, you can buy the same car 3 different times, but it'll do 3 different things, right?
That's true. That's a good point.
And it, like, they'll change some body parts of the car, but fundamentally, you don't have to, like, change everything about it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
very true.
We don't know how development works, so we don't actually know if this is a thing to save time or it's a stylistic choice or it's...
I don't know. I'd like to talk to devs. Talking to devs is a lot of fun.
It's interesting.
I got to speak, actually, with one guy recently. He works for Ubisoft, nothing, like, related to Crew 2 or anything.
He's just a nice guy?
Yeah, he's like a cool guy. I've known him for a while.
Yep.
Anyways, he does, like, research and development for Ubisoft.
Research and like, engine-wise or, like...
So he's currently working on basically AI. So, like, Tesla AI and, like, have you ever seen Boston Dynamics?
Everyone knows. If you don't know what Boston Dynamics, just look it up. It's really cool.
Basically, his job is taking a thing, like giving, like, say for example, you're in a car. You're saying make the car go from point A to point B, and what he's doing is figuring out all the ways that the car goes and what the car utilizes to get from point A to point B.
Okay.
Anyways, he was telling me a bunch of cool stories about that type of stuff and just, like, how crazy and how scary kind of, like, AI is.
Well, that's the thing with self-driving cars. I mean, Here's my biggest bone to pick, right? So there was an accident with a Tesla not too long ago, or a self-driving car that had an accident and killed someone. To which my response is, and everyone was freaking out, oh, self-driving cars aren't reliable. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, self-driving cars are going to kill everyone and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
blah.
it happened once, right? How often do people get run over? I don't know what the statistic is, but it's way higher, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you take the stats out of context, of course it looks terrible, but I'm sure if you bench to the amount of time there's been self-driving cars on the road versus a person before there's an accident.
Yeah, it's going to be safer. Like, the crazy thing about like these AI cars is they're machine learning, right?
Yeah.
The whole reason Elon Musk was like, okay, here's how Tesla works, sort of.
Yeah.
You have this really fancy sports car for people, and it's like, okay, that we have to make work because we need like a brand. Mm-hmm. Cool. We make the Tesla Roadster way back in the day.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we're gonna make the Tesla Model S, which is an expensive car, gonna earn us money and grow the brand even more.
Yeah.
Model X, sort of the same thing. Here's another car for people. Model 3. The whole reason with that is every single Tesla Model 3 is fitted with autopilot cameras.
Okay.
So what that means is it's constantly pulling in data from everything around it, everything it sees, everything you do.
Yeah.
It knows, it's learning. And that car's super cheap. So their goal with that Tesla Model 3 is to learn as much as possible, right?
Nick.
Yes.
Your definition of cheap.
Okay, it's a $35,000 car. It's a cheap car for Tesla. The cheapest Tesla you could buy is like 90 grand.
It is a low-end car. It is not a cheap car.
Yes.
A cheap car is something that falls under 20 grand.
Okay, well, you know what I mean.
Yes.
Cheap autonomous electric car.
It is not a cheap autonomous. You could probably get a cheap autonomous car that runs on petrol.
Anyways, you know what I mean. Basically, they wanted a car that they could produce for the masses and learn as much as possible. However, fun fact, so you know how every Tesla Model 3 is fitted with autopilot?
Yes.
When you go to buy a Tesla Model 3, if you want to enable that autopilot so you can drive with it, it costs you, I think, between 5 and 10 grand.
Is that for insurance reasons?
No, it's just how much they charge for it. Even though the car's fitted with it, it's just a thing that gets turned on and off. Basically, you're covering the cost of putting them in all the cars for Tesla to learn. It's a very good business method. I'm just saying. So Tesla has a bunch of data. Anyways, all this to say, machine learning, they wanted these Teslas to learn as much as possible, so Tesla's going to have a bunch of data and make the cars as safe as possible.
I'm just going to say I'm kind of speechless about that.
What do you mean?
Oh, your car can do this, but if you want it to do that, it's literally like buying a game, and it's like, oh, you want to play the last level? Oh, sorry, you need to pay an extra $60 to play the game.
Even though it's there. Yeah.
Even though it's there.
Yeah. No, it's I got my check back for my Tesla Model 3 finally. I have to cash it because I for those who don't know, I put a deposit on a Tesla Model 3 when they first came out on the first day.
You were all excited about it.
I was all excited, and then I'm like,
yeah, it's a family car. You're not there yet.
It's like it just wasn't for me. Like it was way too common. I think within the first like week they had sold 500,000 of the things, it's way too common.
Nick likes to feel special.
I like exclusive cars, so I was like, okay, everyone's gonna have one, which is fine, totally okay. Like I love the Tesla Model S.
I like whichever car I can afford, which at the moment is none.
Anyways, then if you want the fancy Tesla Model 3, which would be like the P whatever fancy version, that costs 65 grand. The all-wheel drive one doesn't ship for a while. Actually, I think it's shipping now. So anyways, all this to say, too expensive, waiting too long, a little bit boring.
Get a
Electric
GTR
car.
instead.
Yeah, buy a GTR. That's all I'm trying to say.
Just buy a GTR. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, the GTR is a really fun car. I've really been enjoying it.
So, it's I guess it's time, eh?
No, what are you saying?
Second? No?
No, what are you saying?
Okay, nothing. Forget what I said. That's awkward silence.
Oh, Raymond's made the podcast awkward.
Here's the thing, guys. Give us like 4 episodes before it's not terribly awkward every time an awkward silence happens.
We also need to learn how to start podcasts as well because we genuinely don't know how to start them.
Okay, no, actually, yeah, thank you for the topic of conversation. If you have an idea for an intro song, or if you would like to sing into a microphone to create an intro song for our podcast, it would be terribly appreciated because we have no idea what to do. If there was a song, then we could just be like, hey, welcome to the podcast right after the song ends, right?
Yep.
We don't have that.
You know what we should do?
What should we do?
When you're editing this, leave a blank space here, so don't talk for 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Message your email or email your intro song to that email address, and maybe if it's good, we'll use it in a future episode.
Sounds good.
Cool. So we'll need to make an email address.
There you go. That's how we're doing.
Anyways, Raymond, I know you've been recording a bunch of the Crew 2 games.
Yeah. What about the Crew 2? I have a lot of footage.
You have a lot of footage? How have you been recording that footage, Raymond?
This was what I was trying to say earlier.
Yeah, but I wanted to ease into it.
Okay, so what I've been recording a lot of footage. Actually, Nick, we recorded a lot of footage today when we filmed Saturday's video.
Wait, Sunday's video?
Saturday's video.
Saturday's video. Yes, it's true. This is Sunday's video.
This is Sunday. Well, yes.
Anyways, it's time for our second sponsor read. I would like to thank our friends at Elgato Gaming for helping us out with the setup to make this podcast happen. They give us a bunch of cam links, a stream deck to make it all happen. Very, very cool people. Awesome people. They said if you want to improve or start your own YouTube channel or Twitch channel, make sure to visit the link in the description, elgato.com or elgatogaming.com. We've been using them for all of their capture cards for the past couple of years, and
couple of years, ever since you started.
I used some stuff like 10 years ago when Elgato didn't even exist. I'll tell you a story.
Yeah.
So we've been using their stuff and their capture cards for years and wouldn't recommend anything else. They're really simple to get set up and easy to use. Go and check them out.
Nice.
Thank you to Elgato Gaming for sponsoring.
Thank you very much, Elgato.
Our first podcast.
Seriously, do go check them out because, Nick.
Yeah, seriously, they do help with a bunch of the stuff
I've been
we have.
using an Elgato for 7 years now.
Or 7?
7, 6, 7.
No? It's been that long? So, okay. I'll tell you a cool story.
Forza 5. Ever since Forza 5 for me.
Oh, for me, it's way before that.
Yeah.
So I've been making YouTube videos for 10 years, maybe more. Anyways, back in the day, Elgato wasn't actually a thing, and you needed to use, like, other companies.
Which were terrible.
So here's how Elgato actually started. It was very, very cool. One of the guys from Elgato actually told me this at a Twitch party, which was fun.
I don't
or
get
not a
invited.
Twitch party, a PAX party.
Sick invite. I don't
It
get
was in
invited.
Boston.
Sick invite.
Oh, okay. Next time, Raymond, come to Boston. And
I'll drive.
Okay, come.
Behind the scenes video.
Anyways, they were telling me the way Elgato Gaming actually got started is Elgato used to be like a company where you could record like TV shows, which is really, really cool. And like it was a PVR but for your computer. Anyways, they had noticed that a bunch of people were like pirating their software, and they were like, what are these people using? And they had like a bunch of their emails and stuff when they would register it. So they just emailed those people and said, you're not in trouble for pirating our software or anything. We just want to know what you're using our software for. And a bunch of people said, oh, we're using it to record our video games. And Elgato was like, huh.
Oh.
So then they made the Elgato HD, or the Elgato Game Capture HD.
That's actually really cool.
That's really cool. And then they started with that, and then that did really well. Then they made the HD 60, and then the 60S, and then the Pro, and then the 4K.
And then they never look back. Now they have a green screen, which is
Recently they actually, it was last week, they got bought by Corsair.
Really?
Yep. Elgato is now bought by Corsair. So
Corsair. Well, thank you to Corsair for buying.
basically, them getting bought by Corsair means that we're gonna get like cool updates faster, and we're gonna get products faster, and basically Corsair's like, here, money, and Elgato can do a bunch of the stuff they've been wanting to do for a while and a lot faster. It's very cool.
It is very cool.
I'm excited.
It is very exciting.
Yeah. So Raymond, do you have nothing else to say?
No, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to think of a topic. It's okay. This happens on the first episode. Don't worry about it.
So, okay.
If anyone's still listening by now, by the way, right?
No, but we'll make that email for our little Q&A thing. Do you want me to pull up some questions from the Q&A?
Actually, yeah, let's do it. I'm pretty sure. So, was it Black Panther or Jack Ultramotive?
No, we're not reading that one.
Why not?
No, we're not reading that one.
Oh, okay. We're not reading that one.
So, like we were saying,
Whoever
in
sent
future
that one, clean
episodes,
up your language for next time.
It was Theo.
It was
in future episodes.
Theo. Next time, I'm looking at you. Serious, okay? None of this. No more.
We'll be doing a thing in the future where people can ask like questions anonymously through an email, and basically, maybe they should use the same email as before.
Yeah,
we could just get everything there.
Here's the thing, okay? Here's what you have to understand about life advice with Nick. Before we get into this, let me break this down, okay?
Yeah, here you go.
Nick's life advice, he just applies what's worked for him to everyone else, right?
It's not true.
No. It is very true. So sometimes, every once in a while, I'm like, oh, I can't do this, Nick. I have to go to school because I am a full-time student.
That's not true.
And then his response is, oh, just quit school and become a full-time YouTuber.
No, okay.
No, you say that all the time. Yeah, he's laughing. Don't even
I have said just quit school and make YouTube videos before.
And I'm like, great, Nick, except it worked for you. Doesn't mean it'll work for me.
In school, okay. Yeah, probably don't do what I did. In high school, I made YouTube videos, and then that was fun. They picked up. People enjoyed them. And then I went to college. I'll just call it college.
CJEP.
Yeah, that's what it's
a
called.
special thing here. in Quebec.
Anyways, I went to that, and at that point, I was like, I don't like this. I'm just going to make YouTube videos. So I went to the length
That's not the story.
of what?
So the story is Nick applied to university.
No, this is before that. This is
Oh,
way
this is
before
before that?
This is way before that. In college, I went to the length of like changing my schedule in such a way where I would get like Tuesdays off of school, because Tuesdays when all like the big game stuff comes out, right?
Yep.
And like Friday afternoons I would try to get off as well, just so I could leave school as quickly as possible so I could go home and make videos. Mm-hmm. I did that for all 4 semesters in college, and yeah, then it worked out. Anyways, then I applied to university for in a film school. Didn't get in, and I was like, I'll try to make some cool YouTube videos. So next year when I apply again, they have something cool to look at. And then during that year, the YouTube channel sort of blew up, and never looked back.
Yeah.
Now I drive a GTR.
And now Nick's response to whenever I complain about anything is just quit whatever you're doing and become a full-time YouTuber, which is like, great, that doesn't work.
I mean, it works, but
Nick,
it can work.
Statistically speaking, being a popular YouTuber, because you were lucky, there wasn't a lot of competition when you were around.
No, it's really tough now. I wonder, like, if I started today, could I do it again? Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like you'd
It'd
have
be
to get
really
lucky
hard.
and get a viral video, right?
It'd be really hard. But yeah, the one thing I say for anytime I give like YouTube advice to people, I always say never like it's the same thing if you're an actor. If you have something to do, like a lot of actors when they want to do something, they move to LA, right?
Yeah.
And that's cool. That worked in the past for a lot of people. Our friend Chad, you remember Chad?
Yep.
He did that. He was like, I want to become an actor, so he just moved to LA and got his stuff to do or to work for him.
Yeah.
Like, if you do that today, it's like quitting your job or just moving to LA to become famous or to become a YouTuber just
Or Twitch
is not
streamer.
how you do it anymore.
I'm not sure if you saw, there was a video online, and it went viral on Reddit, and it was this guy who would basically tried to become a full-time Twitch streamer and was trying really hard.
Oh, yeah, I did see
He'd lost
that.
all his friends, lost his girlfriend, multiple
Yep.
jobs, and like lived in a complete dump.
Yep.
And it had completely destroyed its life. And it's like, it's not easy. Gosh,
Yep.
we're depressing.
Yeah. I mean, have fun with it. Like, YouTube videos are supposed to be fun, right? And Twitch streaming is supposed to be fun. So just have fun with it. And if people enjoy what you're doing, then hey, then there you go.
Exactly.
That's my advice for people.
That's your advice for people?
Yeah. What were we saying before? How did
we
we
were
get
about
on
to do
this?
questions.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
we were
why I had
talking
my
about
phone.
how poorly you give life advice.
I don't give poor life advice.
No, you just apply whatever worked for you to everyone else, which doesn't work for everyone.
I actually have a good question following that up. This question's from Zane. I'm just going to read people's names because it's on Twitter.
Yeah.
He says, do you miss school? Well, you're still in school. Do you miss like high school?
Oh, no.
I miss high school.
Okay.
High school is okay. We need to do an
Yeah.
entire episode of the podcast.
Yeah, but if we do that, we'd have to get many other people in here.
yeah, we just tell school stories with other people. Maybe in the future we should invite like a friend over and we should try to just tell the school stories.
Well,
with
we
them.
have a third microphone, so we do plan on having guests.
Yeah, it'll be cool. So I miss high school. High school was a lot of fun.
High school was a very
Like we were
Our
talking
school-
about this
our
the other
school
night.
was
Actually,
special. Our school was special. We'll just leave it at that for now. We don't want to spoil any future content, you know?
no, it's just like I just enjoyed school. Like all
Yeah.
the people, all the friends, all the classes, and
I know.
like the amount of free time and stuff. The
Yep.
teachers as well were really good.
Oh yeah, we had nice teachers.
The sports, everything was good.
I didn't do sports in high school.
I did. I played lacrosse.
I was a skinny stick, if you don't remember.
I went to hockey once as well with school.
Hockey? What?
We had a thing where we would leave school and we would go play hockey at an arena. It would just be like free ice that the school rented.
Okay.
It wasn't like a game or anything, but we rented the ice and we
Was
did
it
that.
fun?
It was a lot of fun.
Good
Went
times.
with some cool people.
My response to that is, so I took an extra year for university. So everybody I
Not by
hang out
choice.
with, yeah, okay, I'm sorry, I'm not the smartest person in the world. Anyways, says the guy who didn't even get in. Right? No, I'm just saying, but
I probably could have gone if I tried.
Anyways, long story short, now that everyone's graduated, I don't have any friends at my school.
Oh yeah, that's true. So, what are you doing this year?
So I'm like, I don't know.
So you've already rented a room because you need to rent a room.
Yeah, it's
You rented like a basement.
yeah. So I live in the basement of a house. The room is like half the size of this room, which is not big.
Yep.
And it's in the basement of a house with a family, and 3 other students live in the basement. And the basement's like sort of its own mini house.
Yep.
The thing is I'm right underneath the kitchen, and the kids like to run. And
Wait, they have kids?
they have 2 kids.
Wait, how old are these these people you're renting this house from?
It's a family.
I thought they like went to the school. I thought it was like a
No. The top floor is an actual family, and the bottom floor is students.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's very loud.
So you're missing last year's school, is what you're saying?
Yeah. So I don't have anyone to talk to. So if you go to my school, come say hi.
Anyways, we don't have that long left, but we'll try to get through.
I promise I won't
through
be
a couple more questions.
socially awkward.
Another good one for Raymond and I. If YouTube wasn't your job, what would it be?
It's not my job.
Well, what would it be? After school, what are you gonna do?
I'm probably gonna have to get a desk job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna work at. We're gonna work at a bank.
Unless Engine Failure does extremely well.
So please buy merch that.
Well, not
doesn't
just buy
exist yet.
merch. Check out the show when it comes out.
Yeah, it should be good. We have cool ideas.
Yes, we do. Now it's just about the execution. We're not so good at that.
So yeah, that. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I was really good at science. I could have pursued science.
Yeah, but you were interested in film already, right?
No, I was just I really like science.
Okay.
I would have liked to do that. Something with like genes was cool. I was
the geneticist.
I was really good at like biology and
Who knows?
stuff.
The world could have been robbed from a genius.
It's true.
And
Now
now we
I
have-
make YouTube videos.
Yeah, he's an idiot now.
No, I was just like really good at that. I just didn't like the math aspect. So screw that.
Fair enough.
I also thought science was for losers back then. So I didn't want to pursue science. So don't be like me. Science is actually really cool and fun.
If there's any young people listening to this, the one life advice I can give you is things that you think that are stupid and a waste of your time as a kid.
Yeah.
And then you get older, it's like, why did I do that?
Yeah, science is actually really cool. I was watching Mythbusters yesterday, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, but Mythbusters is not.
It's still science.
Yes, but that's not what science. Whatever.
It's cool science.
Yes, it is.
Like they are the people who probably get the most amount of people into science.
And by science we mean explosions.
Yeah. No, it's just like it's probably something like that or film. Now it would be film or like marketing.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up somewhere in business, depending on how things work out. Business, finance, we'll see.
Yeah. Should we do
Anyways,
one more?
Yeah, we got time.
Let's do one more.
Let's do one more. We go again.
We go again.
Again. You know,
Raymond, where's your favorite place you ever visited in the world?
Africa.
Africa? Africa's
I was
pretty good
actually there when Ebola was a thing.
Oh, really?
I remember you guys kept making fun of me, and you were like, Raymond, don't catch Ebola.
True. I remember that.
But I was on the other side of the continent where it wasn't happening. But it was, we went on a safari, and we got to see volcanoes and animals and stuff, and it was
Africa's
fun.
cool. I'd go to Africa.
Slept in the savannah. That was. Anyways, if ever you go anywhere, check out Africa. It's awesome. What about you?
I like Sweden. Sweden's really good.
Yeah, but have you because I know you go there often for like work stuff, but have you ever gone to Sweden to visit?
No. I don't go to most places to visit.
Yeah, okay.
I don't go to places to visit now because I travel far too much with work. Traveling for me has been ruined.
Yeah, okay. So like if you're going to have a vacation, it's like let's rent a cottage and drive to there and spend the weekend fishing or something.
That would be a vacation for me.
Yeah, no,
I don't want to get on a plane
that
because
makes sense.
my association with planes now is just like
it's not just that with
like it's really fun when you get to go to these places. Like it's very tiring, a lot of work.
It's not just that. I think also it's with YouTube, vacations are terrible.
Yeah, every time you go on a vacation, it's just like people, whether they notice your videos or not, it's just it's not fun.
It's not even just that. Is you have to make everything ahead of time, right? If you're gone, let's say like last summer, my parents were like, "Oh, let's go visit Europe."
Yep,
that was a very long trip. So you know when you have to make 22 videos ahead of time.
No, exactly. It's just like stuff like that. People don't really realize you're just producing content like crazy for a month, and then you get a vacation. It's like, yeah, no shit, I need that now.
Yeah, but then when you come back, it's like, oh, I have to get back in the grind.
Yeah, So that's that.
Yeah,
I like Sweden.
So go to Africa. Screw Sweden.
I like Sweden.
No, Africa.
Anyways, is that the episode 1 of the Engine Failure
Podcast? I think that is
podcast?
the episode 1. Please submit ideas for the song at the email that's currently on my face
or
on Nick's face.
Or wait, leave the blank again. Or at that email. So if people want to submit ideas or send us stuff or what was the other thing? Music.
Yeah.
Or life advice questions. Put it there.
They can be very rhetorical, the questions. We prefer them that way.
Yes. But that was episode 1.
Yeah.
Pretty
Also, before we head out, just want to remind you guys, be sure to subscribe to the Engine Failure YouTube channel so you guys can keep up to date with all the podcasts and behind the scenes and when the show comes out, as well as social media, Instagram, Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram and stuff.
And me and Nick have our personal accounts. All that in the description down below. That having said, we do hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Happy Canada Day.
Oh, yeah. Happy Canada Day. Go drink some maple syrup for Canada.
Go drink some maple. So you show up at the bar in Mexico. It's like, hey, boys.
Got some. Do a shot of maple syrup for Canada. Yeah. If someone sends me a video of that, I'll retweet it.
How about this?
If the first person to send me a video of them taking a shot of maple syrup, I will include it in a video.
I was going to say whoever can have the most amount of, as many shots as possible as maple syrup.
No!
No?
You're going to kill someone.
No, I was going to say in 10 seconds.
No!
Okay.
Someone's going to die.
Okay, first person to send it.
I'll include them in a video.
Or we'll send you some merch or something.
Okay. Thanks for watching or listening. How do you do it for a podcast?
What?
No, how do you say goodbye? Thanks for watching, listening.
Thanks for joining us.
There you go.